Hey party people. Today I wanted to go over this new tech kit I picked up from Orbitkey. This is the Orbitkey 2-in-1 tech accessory pouch. And as you can see, I have it in this terracotta colorway. It's like this nice bright orange color. It also comes in a number of other colorways if that's more suited to your preferences. It's a nice big beefy tech pouch so you can fit a ton of gear in here. As you can see, it's made with really quality materials. It retails for $79 US. It's expandable, it's customizable. It actually has two pouches for this twin pouch organization. It's made from recycled materials. It's made from a 600D cycle PET, and it has PU lamination on the outside, giving it some additional weatherproofing. You have these nice zippers, and all these zippers have PU coating on them to give additional water resistance. And then you have these nice nylon zipper pulls. The lining on the inside is made from polyester. So that's a really nice interior material there, and it feels good in the hand. And then you have this one external zipper pocket, and then the main compartment here. It stands pretty well on its own when it's fully loaded out. It's pretty flat on the bottom. And then you just have this nice grab handle at the top that's made from nylon, and it has the Orbitkey logo on it. So that feels really good if you want to just move this thing around. And even though I have it super loaded out, it's still easy to grab and move this thing around a desk. The external dimensions of this are 9.05 by 5.5 by 3.1 inches. And with the second pouch inside, it weighs 9.06 ounces. Without the second pouch, it weighs 5.46 ounces. And I've used Orbitkey in the past for their key organizers. I've featured their key organizer that's on my keychain in a lot of different videos. But recently they've started to get into the pouch and other organizational tool game. And they actually make some pretty nice products here. So this one I just wanted to take a look at. Overall, I really like the feel of the material. It's kind of leathery, but also very durable. You have another nice little Orbitkey logo here at the bottom, and it's kind of shiny. And then next to this grab handle, you also have two attachment points if you wanted to put a carabiner or slide a pen in there or anything you want to externally attach to this little tech pouch. And I think overall the use case for this tech pouch would be if you wanted to go into the office or into a large working space or even just a coffee shop. You could put all of your larger gear or stuff that you don't always need access to in the bigger pouch. And then you'll see there's this smaller pouch inside that you can remove and put on your desktop, and it stands on its own. And you could use that for like your constantly used tech and things you need quick access to. So let's take a look at this external pocket here first. And what I've got in here is just a stack of Velcro gear ties. These attach to each other. You can peel them off and lace them through themselves, and then you can use that for some cable management. It's always good to have that in a tech kit just in case you need to get some cables out of the way on your desk so you don't have that mess of cords. Then you just see one end of this USB-C cable, and it's fairly long. And I'll go through that because there is actually a little cord pass through here that goes to the internal compartment. And that allows you to hook it up to a battery backup so that if you were walking around or you just wanted this sitting on your desk, you could plug it into your phone or other device you want to charge, and you don't have to have the battery out on your desk. It could be in the bag, and then you just have this cord to plug in when you need to charge something. And that's all I have in this external pocket. And like I said, it's got that nice polyester material. It's brightly colored so you can see what's inside. It's kind of this brightish gray color. And there's no internal organization, so it's kind of just a pocket for this cord or anything else you want on the outside of the bag. Then we can move to the internal compartment, and that's where most of the magic happens. So if you open that up, it opens up super wide so that you can spread it out, but it still sits flat, so you can keep this on a desktop or a table, and you have it right there, everything you need. And then, like I said, there's a twin pouch system. So there's actually this smaller second pouch with the little Orbitkey logo. And it also has a nice zipper that's PU coated on it. It has the same terracotta colorway. It looks really nice. It has that same material as the external of the bag, so it's very durable. And this is the smaller second pouch that you could put on your desktop and keep this larger one in your backpack or messenger bag or sling. And then you have access to your most used tech gear if you want to take it out of the bag and put it on your desktop. We'll go over everything that's inside of this after we go through the main compartment, so I'll just put that to the side here. See, as you can see, you have this like semi-origami setup to the inside. There's a ton of space here. This space is kind of reserved for that second bag if you're using it, but if you're not using that second bag, you could put larger items here. You have 3 mesh pockets on the right side here to help you organize your gear. And then you also have these 2 larger dividers on this side. And there's actually a little pin here that goes through the cord pass-through hole. And if you pull out this little metal pin, you can actually collapse these dividers if you don't need them. I like the dividers, so I keep it clipped in there. But if you didn't, you could just yank this out, and then you don't have this divider here, and then it's just one large pocket. So I think it's nice that it gives you that customization option. You have two large mesh pockets on this side, so you could fit gear in these dividers and also in these mesh pockets. It gives a ton of flexibility to your organization and a lot of room to store a bunch of different gear. And then at the top here, you have two little pen loops. If you wanted to slide some pens in there, it gives you that option as well. It has these nice gussets on either side so that this bag doesn't flop all the way open. It keeps itself contained. It could sit on a desktop or table, like I said. So I really like the internal organizational design of this larger pouch. So let's go over everything that I've loaded it out with. So in this first little mesh pocket, I just have this pair of Skull Candy headphones. These are nice little backup headphones, and they work if you have a device that doesn't have a USB-C connector. And then on the end of it, I just have a headphone jack to USB-C adapter in case I wanted to use this for my phone and in case my wireless earbuds died while I was out and about for the day. Then I just have a Velcro gear tie tying this together to keep it all neat and tidy. Then in the second pocket, I just have this little electronics cleaner. If you slide this up, you have a little brush that you can use to clean your electronics. And then if you slide it out the other way, you have another little brush that's on the end of this nub. And then you have a little metal tip so that if you wanted to scrape out your earbuds or scrape out any ports that got gunk in them, you have a nice little cleaning tool. It's about the size of a wide pen or a highlighter. So I like having that with me. And then behind that little cleaning tool, I just have a really large microfiber cloth here that I could unfold all the way. This is really good for cleaning screens, cleaning anything that's shiny, cleaning any kind of electronic device. It's nice to have a little microfiber cloth to get some of that smudges and stuff like that off of electronics. Then in this last pocket, I just have some backup cords here. I just have two long USB-C to USB-C cords to use in conjunction with my GAN charger in case I need to charge multiple devices. And then the last cord I have in this sleeve is just a USB-C to USB-A, and I could use this with a power bank or even with that GAN charger just to use its USB-A port if I have another device I need to charge. Then on the other side, in this first compartment, I just have my travel wireless mouse from Logitech. It's just a really basic, cheap mouse. If you slide off the bottom, you have the little dongle that hooks it up to the computer. You have the battery slot. And it just has a scroll wheel and two buttons. Super basic, fits well in the hand. And if you need to do some work on the go, it's nice to have a little wireless mouse, and it fits really well in this little sleeve here. Behind that, in the mesh pocket, I just have a nice big flashlight. This is the Aurora A23 from Rovivon, and it's got a two-way clip if you want to use it as a headlamp. And it's nice to have illumination. And this is like my big guy illumination, so I keep it in the main slot here. And then over here, I've got my multi-ended USB-C cable. It has 4 different USB-C ends. The orange one is fast charging. And then the end of it is just a USB-A that I can plug into my GAN charger, and I can charge 4 devices at once. And I just have a Velcro gear tie around that to keep it tidy. Then I have my Anker 100-watt GAN charger. It's got 1 USB-A and 2 USB-C ports. It's got a little fold-down plug. It fast charges. It charges up to 100 watts, so it's really good for laptops, tablets, cell phones, or any kind of smaller devices. And it can go with all these cables here so that I have a ton of charging options. Then this little puck is just my Apple Watch charger. It's got lightning on one side and USB-C on the other, so you just pop it on the end of a cable and you can top up your Apple Watch. And then behind that is just my MagSafe Anker charger. This can stick to the back of your phone, or you can use the little USB-C port at the bottom just for charging. It's 5,000 milliamp hours, so it's not a ton of power, but it's enough to get the job done for a phone if you have an emergency charging situation or smaller items. And then I just have that USB-C to USB-C cable through that little cord pass-through. So if I needed to charge something on the go, I could go to this external pocket, pull the cable out, plug it in, charge it up and go without having to remove the battery from the bag. And that's all I've loaded the internal compartment with. So it really fits a ton of gear, and it really has a lot of usefulness. I try to keep my tech kits kind of minimal. So I know I have a lot of backup cables, but those are kind of like just in case items. They don't take up a lot of space. Everything else I would use pretty regularly. So this accommodates everything that I'm going to use. So I'm going to put everything away, and then we can go over what's in this smaller second pouch as far as my quick access tech items. So now that everything's loaded away, let's take out this second pouch again and we can go over everything that's inside of it. So if I flip it around, you can see that nice Orbitkey logo. You have the nylon zipper pull with the nice PU coated zippers. And the nice thing about this is it stands on its own as well, and you're able to just flip down the front here, and that just gives you access to all your gear, and it sits nicely on the table. So what I've got here is just a Sharpie S-Gel pen in the little pen holder here. Pull that out. Just a nice cheap pen I like to have on me. Then I have this little U-green charger. This is a great little charger. It actually has a little robot face that when you turn this thing on, it says hi to you. It tells you that it's at 63% battery charge, and it also has some emojis that play when you're charging devices. It has a nice little power button on this side to turn it on and off, and then you have an attached USB-C cable. So it makes it really convenient to bring it with you and just plug your phone in real quick. And there's the little face there doing his emojis. So I just think it's a really cute little charger. It's 10,000 milliamp hours. So this could definitely charge your cell phone, and it's a good emergency charger to have. Then I just have a little pack of gum here in case I have coffee breath. It allows me to freshen my breath easily. I have some Burt's Bees lip balm in case my lips get dry. I have some of this Aquaphor lotion, and this is just a great hand lotion in case your hands get dry. Then I just have a little Gerber dime here, and this Gerber dime just has a nice little pair of pliers. It's got a blade, it's got a bottle opener at the end, it's got some knives, it's got a little scraper tool, it has some flathead screwdrivers, scissors, stuff like that. Everything you'd need in a little compact multi-tool. I like to have that close at hand in case I need to open packages or cut a string off of something or open a bottle. You have that option. And as you can see on the front of this bag, like I said, there's the little pen loop here. Then this, you have 3 medium-sized elastic loops if you want to fit gear, and 2 large elastic loops if you want to fit gear. So this could fit cords, USB drives, memory cards, any kind of thing that you'd need to bring with you. You can fit in these different elastic loops here. You have the Orbitkey logo at the top, and there's this little fabric covered piece of plastic, that's the divider here. And then we can look at the other side. So on the other side, you have 3 stretchy mesh pockets. It's this nice stretchy mesh. It feels really good and smooth in the hand. In the rightmost one, I just have this universal cable that I've gone over before. It has USB-A, it's got lightning, it magnetizes together. It can fit on a keychain when it's magnetized together. If you open it up, you can pull these little ends off and you have 2 more USB-C. So it allows you a lot of different combinations of charging cords in case you need to charge a number of different devices. And then when you're done, you just take this little rubber end and you can cover the ports up. And it's a really neat little package. Then also behind here, I just have a little field notebook, someplace to write things down, take notes, and I always like to have a notebook with me. Then in this middle pocket, I've got a small keychain flashlight from CountyCom. You can just twist it to the right to turn it on. It's got a scoping beam that allows you to make it wider or more narrow, and then you just twist it left to turn it off. And then on the end, it has a little magnetic cap on it with a little keychain loop. And this covers up the USB-C port if you need to charge it. And I just think it's important in your tech kit to always have a small flashlight in case you drop something under a desk or you need to look behind a PC or something. You have a little easily deployable light with you. Then also in this middle pocket, I just have these collapsible scissors. These are really great little travel scissors. You just pull them apart and then you can deploy the scissors. It's really good for cutting stuff, cutting string, cutting paper. It's everything you need in a little travel pair of scissors. And then when you're done, you can just fold it up, push it back together, and it's a really compact little package. And then in this last pocket, I just have my Sony noise canceling earbuds. These are amazing noise canceling earbuds. They have a little charging port at the back that's USB-C, the Bluetooth pairing button. If you open up the charging case, you can see the 2 earbuds. They fit really well in my ear. They have great noise cancellation, great microphones for phone calls, and they have amazing sound quality. So check out the link below if you want to pick up these particular earbuds. They've been my go-to travel noise canceling earbuds for a while now. So then, like I said, besides these 3 mesh pockets, there's just a nice little area here to fit bigger items. and you can fold it down from either side and it stands up on its own once it has gear inside. So this is just a great little removable pouch here that you can put on a desktop, and it just has your most used items, and you can keep it like that and then tuck it in the larger pouch when you want to put it away. So I think overall this is a great little tech pouch, and it has a lot of design elements that make it kind of different from the competition. It's not the largest tech pouch I've ever seen. It's also not anywhere near the smallest. So I think it could be useful depending on the way that you need to bring tech on the go for work or travel that you're doing. So because it has these two nice pockets, it's got that removable bag, the design elements mean that it can be useful in a number of different ways. Personally, I don't like to carry this much tech with me regularly unless I was going into an office and I needed a ton of different stuff. So for me personally, I'd probably just use the second smaller bag and throw that in my travel bag for personal item only travel. And then I have access to all of my tech gear quickly. I could throw the tiny pouch into a sling bag and bring it out on the road when I'm walking around for the day when I'm traveling. And I think that would be my primary use case. Whereas if I was taking this to a coffee shop, or I'm just going from my house to an office to work or something, then I could justify this larger pouch. But it's a little bit too big for me to fit into my travel gear when I'm doing personal item only travel. But if you're a person that's two bag traveling, or you're bringing just a personal item and a roller bag, this would probably still work for you. I think the materials are great. I think the design is really thoughtful and useful. And if you take the time to really strategize and optimize the way you use this pouch for your gear, you could use the larger pouch for stuff you're not accessing as often, keep it in your backpack, keep it packed away, and then use the smaller pouch for your desktop. So everything that you're using most frequently when you're working at your desk, then this could be a really optimal solution for you. I think Orbitkey did a great job in providing multiple solutions in one item. I think the price tag of $79 is not exorbitant for one of the nicer, higher quality tech pouches. I mean, there's ones that are over $200, $300 sometimes. So I think it's right at that price point where it's a nicer premium item, but it's not exorbitantly expensive and prohibitive. Orbitkey makes some great quality products, so this is one that you should consider if it fits your use cases. If you like my tech pouch reviews and you want to see more of them, I have a bunch on my channel, and I'm always reviewing more tech pouches because I'm always looking to optimize and minimize my gear to make sure I'm only bringing with me the things that I'm actually going to use. That's how I approach my essential and practical minimalism. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you as always for watching, and I will definitely see you in the next video. Take care.